We have a very fine, sunny and warm Sunday morning to test out the new, for us as a family, the new mobility e-car, the Tesla. And I started out the morning as usual. By the way, you can see here the first fleet right here at Sugarbahnhof. These are all the petrol cars, I guess. The e-cars, you have to walk a little bit for some reason. They make you walk further. Woke up this morning. It was really a great morning. I did the usual routine I have, and that's something I want to share. What we figured out is that while you eat healthy, try to live a healthy life, you know, plant-based, vegan or whatnot, you still can get sick. And that's what happened to us. We had to leave our vacation earlier, and we were supposed to be gone for two and a half weeks, but after 1 week we had to go home. All of us got sick, and the funny thing is my friend said that you're always sick lately. And it's funny, you know, you would relate it, of course, to the first thing that changed, which is our plant-based diet. If you look at the sicknesses we got, had nothing to do with our plant-based diet. We had COVID a long time ago. During the vacation, had a low blood pressure, but I always had low blood pressure even before that, but now it's a bit lower. Our kids got chickenpox, has also nothing to do with the plant-based diet. My wife had another sickness, which also had nothing to do with the vegan or plant-based diet. And so that's also something we had to learn. Although you live healthy, you can do all you can, but still there are some things that you can't influence, that you simply will get. But one thing I think I can say pretty sure is that, like the chickenpox of the kids, we were surprised how quick it went by. None of them really got a fever or strong fever. It went quite smooth and well. Even the 2 times I got sick was just for an afternoon each time, and then after that I was okay again. And then now here we are, the Tesla. So I'm a bit early. I actually reserved it at 9, but it's already 8:30 and I can't wait. And I'll see if I can open it earlier. The first thing you have to do is, of course, check the car for any damages. Unfortunately, if you look at this, they didn't park really well here. This is the other e-car, by the way, a Renault Zoe. Might try that out some other time, it's cheaper. So we're checking the car for damages. Unfortunately, we are underneath a tree, and so there's a lot of poops. It's hard to see the damages. In the app, I saw that there are damages reported. Thank God it's being charged. So I'm assuming it's fully charged. Now that's the one thing I'm curious about with the e-cars, because when you return a mobility car, you have to, with the petrol ones, you have to fill it up at least 1/3, and that works pretty quick, of course, with the petrol. But with the e-car, I wonder how you're gonna do that when it takes quite a long time to charge it again. So oh, there's a damage. Now, one thing I don't like is that the number that you have to dial if there's a damage is not a toll-free number, so it will cost you. I mean, you are trying after all to be more cost efficient. So let's see. So I opened the mobility app right now, and unlike before, the Bluetooth symbol was not active. Now it is. You see my reservation up here. I'm gonna click on the reservation. I'm a bit early, hoping I can enter the car now. Let's check the damage overview first. Fender rear right. Fender rear right. Fender? What's a fender? I think the fender is the one on the bottom. Yeah, there's a big dent there. So I'm gonna report the other damage. And there you see it. It's unfortunately that weird number. So I'm calling. So I reported the damage. Let's try to open the car with the app. Of course, you can use a card and put it here, but since we're not old-fashioned, unlock car I can't, so I have to edit the reservation. So I'm gonna edit it to 8:30. There you go, now it's green. Now I can unlock the car. Error. Okay, do it again. Unlock car. Aww. Could also be because I have the public beta of iOS. Yeah, before I lose too much time, I'm gonna use The card, old school style. So you have a, you can either use the mobility card, which I don't have, or your SPB card. Okay, did it open? Wow, it opened up, yes. And it's super dirty. People left the bottle inside. See, that's not fair play. And the charge, it's not fully charged. So I think I have to remove this, huh? How do you remove this? Don't know how. How do you open this? Look at that, how close. How close they parked it to that. It's crazy. Look at that. I don't know how to unplug this. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, how do you unlock charge port? So you really have to reserve some time. Okay, that's good. Oh, it closed. To check where I can put the seats of the kids. It's really dirty. Okay. Okay, so put the car in drive. I don't hear anything running. I don't know how to release the foot brake. Press on the gas. I'm slowly going. I don't hear anything happening. The car is silently moving. So that was a day. We have about an hour left. We're on our way back home. Really made it a short trip. What can I say? So the Tesla is a Tesla. I watched a few videos and I was made a bit aware of what was to be expected out of a car like this. It's plenty fast, even though it's not a performance option. It has the dual motor. I think I saw it on the label. But beyond that, there's so many things to like about this car. Cool that you can have it with mobility and not pay $800 for a whole day. If you just want to test it out, you know, figure out if this would be a car for you or not, or, you know, once in a while have fun with it. I don't know, it would be nice to have it on a road trip. The kids love it. My son always asks if we could buy this car, but of course we already have a car. One thing I really appreciate, I just told my wife a while ago, was that when we're driving, and we were driving like through the mountains and the hillside and, you know, nature, it's like you have this feeling. And I know, you know, you don't have to start with all the, you know, where does the energy come from, where does electricity come from, I know that, but it's just that, you know, direct pollution that you're producing when you're driving, when you're up in nature, in the mountains, and you know there's nothing bad coming out of the car directly, just makes you feel a little bit better. And I don't know if we shouldn't feel that way, because we should try to have the energy coming from a clean source, which I think in Switzerland can be coming from water. I think we produce some water electricity. I think that's a good video to create. At one point, you know, where does our electricity come from? There's also the option, of course, with Tesla to have the solar panels on your roof and so on and so forth. But let's stick to mobility. Yeah, mobility did a great job, I think. You have here the card in the glove compartment, which you have to, of course, open via touchscreen. And so that's fast. They have fast chargers with that brand. I don't know if you can use that on a supercharger from Tesla, but that would be something that we could test. But we have like another 420 kilometers on this, and then the next guy who's renting it, according to the app, is at 2:30. I have options on the app to extend plus 30 minutes if I'm going to be late. I don't want to do that, because if I would extend maybe to up to 1 o'clock, which I would really like to do, the other guy will have only an hour of charging left. I don't know if that would be sufficient for him. I would really like to take this on the freeway, but maybe not with my wife. She's panicking when I'm telling you, I'm just on standard. I'm not on ludicrous or any kind of mode. I'm just on standard and, accelerating while on the normal road from like 50 to 80. And I can already feel it in my stomach, like on a roller coaster. So that's not even the ludicrous mode or not even the performance mode, just standard mode. Even on the chill mode, it's plenty fast already. Maybe we're not used to it because we have a van. What I really also like is the one pedal mode where you're driving and braking with one pedal. So you're accelerating, and if you slowly leave off the pedal, it will brake slowly. And of course, if you leave off the pedal quickly, it will brake quickly. That I really like, this regenerative where it's creating electricity while you're slowing down. I really like that. There's so many things to like, really, but that's Tesla. That's not what the video is about. It's really about mobility. And I'm curious about the bill. I don't know how many kilometers I made. Need to check if I have an option actually to see how many kilometers I've been making. So yeah, I really think this is the future of driving. Like right now I'm parked, it's hot outside, I have the aircon running, and I'm not producing any pollution. One time I was in Berlin, it was so hot, I left the engine running, I was parked, and the police stopped and told us to switch off the engine because you were producing pollution while letting the aircon run. In the Philippines, that's unfortunately 100% the case, that everyone lets the car running even while parked, just so that you won't die inside the heat of the car. But it's forbidden in some countries in Europe. But with the Tesla, no problem. You can just stay in the car like I am, and I have air conditioning. It's 21 degrees, and really another thing I appreciate about the Tesla, I know I keep on going on the Tesla, it's not about the Tesla, but the air conditioning. I mean, you have these vents here. They are all throughout, so you don't have just this one here on the side and then the two in the middle and then the one on the other side blowing it directly into your face, but it's like spreading the air, and so you don't have this one place where you're feeling the wind blowing straight into your face. So I really like that. But from a mobility standpoint, it's dirty, the car. That's something you're used to, but it's just different when you have this emotion car that you pay more. You would expect it a little bit cleaner, of course. It's also the job of the one who gave it up to clean the car before he gives it up, and maybe he didn't have the time or she didn't have the time. Yeah, one thing I did, like when you're preparing, set the mirrors, everything. That's very important. Set your seat, set the steering wheel. It's a little bit challenging with the Tesla and having to control everything via touch display. And also that's another thing with mobility. Every time you change cars, like one time you need the station wagon, one time you need something small and compact. Every time you change car, you have to get used to all the where is what. Like with the Tesla, everything is touchscreen. Then you go to the Renault that we saw, then everything is manual with levers and switches, and you have to find everything again. So that's something that you need to be aware of when you are using mobility. You're sharing cars with others, you don't know what to expect when you arrive at the car again. So plan plenty enough time before you get to a car to inspect the car, to check, and then you need to call. That's also unfortunate. I asked the lady on the phone, do we really have to call? Yes, you do. There's no way over the app to just take a quick picture and then report the damage, which would make much more sense because they have a photo. Then they know exactly where it is. Maybe in the future, who knows. There's a lot of things to think about, but I think if you're doing this on a regular basis, you'll get used to it. And I don't know yet how tolerant the people are over at mobility. I know in the other car rentals I've used before, like Sixt, you just need they don't even check. Like I think one time I had a small scratch and they didn't even care. They just let you go through, no problem. So I don't know how they are over at mobility, but we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to extend the subscription. I still have 2 or 3 months. Maybe I'll try the Renault Zoe, I think, the smaller electric car. Maybe I'll try that, just to check out all their electric car options. That one is, I think, half the price of this one. So definitely, better deal. We'll see. And yeah, just a short last thing, again, you know what this video is about is doing something, all the things that you can do eco-consciously. There are certain things that you have to give up, you know, certain liberties. You have to share a car, you have to deal with all of those things. And yeah, it's always much more work, of course, than having your own car, but you always have to keep in mind you're not doing this for yourself, you're doing this for the next generation, you're doing this for your children, you're doing this for the planet. As a Christian, you're doing this for others, you know, you're doing this because of your stewardship. God gave us this planet to be stewards of, to manage well, in good conscience, and this is something that we're not doing well enough, and I know I haven't been doing that well enough in the past, and I want to improve that. So these are things that you need to bear in mind. There will be a lot of sacrifices when living this way, sustainable, you know, eco-friendly, eco-conscious, you know, plant-based. All those lifestyle changes will come at a cost for yourself, but if you don't, then it comes always at another cost at another place, and that's the way we are living right now. The majority of the world population, you're saving money everywhere else. The planet will be paying, and so are we. We will all suffer maybe the next 2 generations after us. So that bear in mind. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Hope we were able to encourage you, and yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.